one thing that they don't tell you when you're about to venture on a self-love journey is that the more you love yourself, the more you're going to realize that everybody around you do not love themselves. And it's actually the fact, like this is 100% fact. Once you venture into the path of loving yourself, paying attention to yourself, putting yourself first before every other thing, you are going to instantly have the ability to see that almost everybody around you, 90% of people that lives around you, do not love themselves. And it's not their fault. It's just the way they've been programmed. It's just the way they have been programmed. Now, they don't even know that they don't love themselves because they are living their life subconsciously now. Programming that was done to them was done subconsciously. And they have been using their subconscious mind to create their reality without knowing that something is wrong. But then if you decide to now, like, okay, once you have like self-awareness, because self-awareness comes first before you realize that you've not been taking care of yourself, and this particular reality has actually programmed you to put every other thing first before yourself. Now, but when you have that self-awareness, when you start realizing that this is your reality and this is like you're here on earth and you're having this experience, you are going to want to go on a self-love journey to like get to know self, because everything that you ever need comes from yourself. So if you take care of yourself, the more you do that, the more you love yourself, the more you pour into yourself, the more you're going to be having like getting so many abilities that you never knew you had. And one of it is that you're going to see that almost everybody around you do not love yourself. And guess what happens? The possibility for you to date becomes really low, because now you know what you deserve. Now you know who the fuck you are. Now you know, because you have been putting in work, okay? You have been taking care of yourself. You have been putting in work. You have been working on yourself, trying to be the perfect or not perfect, just accepting who you are. You have been doing these things, and now you're going to realize that almost everybody around you do not love themselves, and that drops the percentage of you dating. I'm experiencing it right now. Like my life right now is practically everything I just said. So when I wasn't self-aware, when I was living life based on programming, and when I say programming, I know most people feel like I'm saying something extra than the normal. Before you know anything in this life, you were taught to know these things. Basic things like alphabets, how to drink water, how to talk, how to work. You have to look around your environment to learn these things. So these things are programming. Before, somebody would be like, maybe this one a robot, or you'll be like, what she's saying. It's not anything outside this. Programming is how we have been taught to perceive reality, to look at reality, how we have been taught to view life. Everybody had one form of programming. For you to be able to communicate with the general collective, you had one form of programming, okay? So it's not something extra, okay? So yeah, because of the way we've been taught to perceive life, we're never taught to really have like self-awareness, just the way they program laptop to work. Laptop does not know that it is a laptop because it's working based off of the programming that it has been programmed to. So just that same way, we humans, we are programmed to be able to see things in this life, to perceive this life, to know things, colors, we were programmed, okay? And from the way we were programmed, from the way I was programmed, I never knew that I was living life subconsciously, okay? I was just living my life. And that period, I had boyfriends, okay? I was dating. I had people around me. I had people I was attracted to, people that I find very attractive. I had people that, like, I would see instantly and I would just want to, like, be with them. Like, that's happened to me constantly. I have a type, for Christ's sake, okay? I have like a type. That's what I used to say then. So when I see my type outside, I go for it. So that time, that's when I was living life subconsciously. Little things will attract me to guys. Things like, neatness, things like the way they, let me not say talk, because I never had problem with the way people speak. Once I'm able to, like, you are neat, and we have this vibe where I like funny guys. So you make me laugh. Yeah, you're getting me. So I used to like being in a relationship. I used to enjoy being in a relationship. I loved everything about being in a relationship. And thinking about everything now and the type of people I was dating, oh my freaking god, they just took the lights. We're going to move this to my room. They thought that they fucked my video up by taking the light. They did not know that this is the perfect place for me to be to make this video. My room, I can take my herbs and have this chat. So they actually did me well. Thinking about my past relationship, I would tell you that all the guys that I dated back then were all coming from the limited version of myself. The version of myself that was limited. They just put the light. They don't put the fucking light. Can you imagine? We're not living here. So I know that because I've been taking my time to compare. Okay, why is it that then I was able to like just easily go into a relationship, but now I take my time to, you know, look at who I want to date. First of all, if you're asking me out, you want to date me, I look at you first and I ask myself, is this worth it? A few minutes talking to you already know if this is worth it or not. If you are going to be bringing to the table things that you think that's okay, this one will swallow. No, I'm not swallowing anything. I know what I deserve now. I know who I am. I know everything that I possess as Vivian, as Nkechi. Okay. So I am no longer trying to settle for less. I'm not settle for less. Yes, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, every part. I'm not settling for less. So I cannot go into a relationship with somebody that spiritually you have nothing to offer. Like you do not know your stand in this life spiritually. And I'm not saying this coming from a judgmental or judgmental battle. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to judge. I am not better than anybody and nobody's better than me. Okay, everybody's having their own personal experience. What I'm trying to say is that where I have reached mentally, spiritually, I can't dumb it down. Okay, I can't dumb it down because then what do we now have in common? So I'm not even longer ready to say, okay, because the society say I need to be in a relationship or I need to be married, I will not start accepting something that I can't live with or something that is going to traumatize me for the rest of my life. I am already trying to heal from my previous traumas. So you do get, I'm no longer trying to tolerate, because trust me, honey, when you start tolerating, you will continue until you do not know how to stop. That is what life is all about. If you tell yourself that you deserve this, sometimes somebody is giving you something that you do not deserve, but you say, okay, let me just take it because, you know, based on circumstances and based on things, let me just swallow it, and because it's a man, you will take it and take it until you don't know how to stop. So you rather face it face on. Once you see something that you do not deserve, you say, okay, I don't deserve what you're bringing to the table. I deserve better. You move. Stand on your word. Once you start to shake on your word, the word will help you. This particular universe is going to help you shake very well. So I have calculated and I have compared and I've asked myself, Vivian, why were you easily attracting these people? I realized that every time and everyone that I've attracted at my previous distance, my previous life, which was just my past, all of them came from the limited version of myself. The version of myself that thought that this world was actually really unfair, where women are meant to keep quiet, submit, and just follow. Because that version of myself was the version that was taking all those things and tolerating, because I thought it actually was a man's word. I never knew that everybody have the ability to create their word. I never knew that whatever it is I feel like I want in life, I can have it without settling for less. I never knew I had that. So I was taking these things and I kept attracting the guys that would, you know, come into my life to show me that, yes, I do not deserve better. And I will swallow it. I will swallow it. I'll swallow it. I will just be entering a relationship based on, okay, maybe during when, you know, you're having the relation with this particular person, because of the exchange of fluid and energy as a woman, a lady, I easily now fall in love with this person. And before you know, I don't even know why I'm in the relationship. I'm just there dying silently. That was what I was doing in my previous relationship. So like, because maybe the sex is good, because maybe he gives me money, Every other thing I will overlook. Maybe because, because I don't know, like there were so many reasons why I was taking the shit that I was taking back there. So the limited version of myself that actually believed that the fairy tale that I want, I cannot have it. Yes, I thought the fairy tale that I wanted in life I could not have, because everybody around you would tell you that yes, that one a fairy tale, all those things you're saying does not exist. It actually do exist. This world, this particular universe has all reality happening. So it depends on what you believe in. It depends on what you feel like you deserve. That is what you're going to get. So when I compared notes, I just realize, okay, Vivian, it's because you have gone on a self-love, and going on a self-love now has made you realize that the more effort you pour on yourself, the more that you deserve in life. Like the more efforts or the more time you take to take care of yourself, the more time you spend with yourself, to be comfortable with yourself, to actually really be your own self company, like your own personal company. You are your own source of happiness. The more and the better you're going to realize that you deserve, because now that you are complete, like you know that you're complete, you're enough, you're not lacking. What you're going to be attracting is something that does not also lack. You're going to be vibrating on the frequency where everything that you attract is exactly what you're reflecting. And that is why I've not been able to date. Now, after starting the self-love, and I've been pouring on myself, trying to have this connection and relationship with myself and heal from the traumas that I'm able to consciously now see. Sorry guys, there's a sound coming from a car. Let's pause. Let's pause. So I had to leave that place because of there's lights and the noise that will come from that place. My phone was placed very close to the window, so you guys are going to be distracted by the noise. But we're back here. Where was I? So as soon as I started this self-love and I was pouring into myself, I am still pouring into myself. So I started pouring into myself, taking time to get to know myself, have a relationship with myself, really take care of myself. I started to see that everybody that is around me actually do not like themselves. They do not care about themselves because they've been programmed to look the other way, chase the external things and forget to take care of self. So I started to see this thing, and then I started to make research. And it's not like this thing is something that they're hiding. You could go to Google right now, or if you decide to go to Google right now, type how many percent of people are followers, and that amount of percent that Google gives you are the amount of percent of people that do not like themselves, because these people have been programmed to follow, and because of their following, everything that has been set as trend for them, they follow it. So they preach you getting external things, like looking for external things, external validation, external love, external this one, and they don't preach for you to take care of yourself, or for you to look out for yourself, or for you to really listen to yourself, because you hold the roadmap. So you see that almost everybody go to Google and do this thing. I'm not even saying go to Google and write how many percent of people are followers in this world, and that percentage of people are people that do not love themselves. And if that amount that Google is telling, which is 85%, is the percentage of people, like 100% of people live in the world, and 85% of people do not, they do not follow their mind. If they are followers of whatever they are being told to follow. Now imagine how many percent of people are living around you. You cannot tell me that you're living around the 10% that know themselves and that are taking care of themselves, and they're the one even misleading the other people. They're not living around them. Okay, 85%, it means that this is we here. We're the 85%. Now that percentage of people are the amount of people that do not like themselves, or have not been programmed to take care of themselves, or to look out for themselves, or to, and that is why you see a lot of people are just being entering relationship and being toxic, and they see it as love, and they call it love, because what has been preached to you, or what you have been programmed to believe, is this toxic love, this particular toxic love. And religion was one of the best way that particular toxic love was actually used to preach, teach people that love between the God in religion and his people. That is toxic. And now these people now, the followers that are religious or that have gone through that programming, they use that particular mindset to now enter relationship. Toxic. And that is what we've been doing. I've been doing it. I just started my self-love journey when. So I was in it. So I was going into relationship with toxicness, even the little bit of toxic, like little bit I would say jealousy is because I'm human. Because I've been taught to believe that my God is a jealous God, and now I believe that I have the right to be jealous when I love someone or when I'm in a relationship with someone. These things are the toxic things that they have used to brainwash. And me starting this thing, I see it now. I see it clearly. Friends, the same thing. Relationship, the same thing. Everybody is coming with this toxicity, and it is expected that everybody should accept it because we have been programmed to accept that type of love, accept that type of company. We have been programmed to accept so many things, and we are going along with it blindly. So as soon as I started this journey, because I was pouring to myself and paying attention to myself, and I was like, okay, Vivian, I do not want to do toxicity anymore. I do not want to do drama. See, you guys, I have problem pronouncing that word. So I told myself, I do not want to do this. I do not want to do drama. I want to have a life where that's my fairy tale can come to pass. Like I'm in love with somebody. I shouldn't be, because I love them and I want them to be mine. I will start doing some certain things, manipulating them to do some certain thing or to be a certain kind of person. No, that's not what love is. So I wanted to like work on myself and work on the aspect of myself where I do not expect I be on the vibration where I do not expect anybody to be certain anything or do anything, because I complete myself. I make myself happy. I'm the source of my happiness. So I shouldn't expect anybody to come into my life and complete me or bring happiness to me. So I shouldn't put any fucking pressure on anybody. And as soon as I started working on that, I started seeing that almost everybody around me do not like themselves. They do not, because they have been programmed not to like themselves. If you're a guy or a girl, once you decide to tell yourself that, okay, I deserve better, because you're putting in the work now to work on yourself so that you are better, right? For you to deserve better, you are better. Like you're working on every aspect of yourself that you feel like this is my weakness, so that you are not that insecure person that you are always trying to think the worst about your partner. Once you start working on that aspect of yourself, guy, girl, you're going to realize that everybody around you don't deserve you. These motherfuckers are dumb because they are sheep. You were once a sheep and you're waking up to realizing that, okay, I can be a shepherd. You're going to realize that almost everybody around you is a sheep. Because of how we have been programmed, everybody worships something. And because of what they worship, everybody can be manipulated with that thing that they worship, that physical thing that they worship. So if somebody likes money, you can actually manipulate them with money. If somebody likes gadgets, you can manipulate them with gadgets. If somebody likes, see this thing I'm telling you now, you're going to realize that almost everybody around you is a sheep, does not deserve you, and these fuckers are dumb. Because they will literally follow anything that they worship. Like they will literally follow anything that they've been programmed. Because like I said, it's not their fault. They've been programmed. They will literally follow anything that they've been programmed to worship. And now you can use that certain things to like manipulate them. Now, to me, I see no need to manipulate anybody, because this life has like so many illusions that I am working towards freeing myself from. So me wanting to not manipulate somebody is like wasting my energy. You get it? It's like me wasting the energy that I'm supposed to be using to understand how the universe operates, or understand what I'm fucking what the fuck am I doing here? So I see that I don't need this thing. I do not need this shortcut to get ahead. I'm already abundant. I just need to work on opening my heart to believing that, okay, I am abundant, so that abundance comes to me. Now, I do not need to manipulate anybody. I do not need to lie, cheat on anybody to get ahead or to be ahead. I will leave that and them, all those things for them that, worship those things and that have placed themselves in the points where they can be manipulated, or they can be puppeted or puppeteer, or what, they can be controlled with these things. I'm going to leave them to continue while I work on what I want to work on in this life. So once you're able to take yourself from that not being conscious to at least working towards being conscious, that's self-love. Pay attention to yourself. You are going to instantly, you start seeing it. See, ladies, I'll come back to you guys and say, these niggas, now the programming for female and male are kind of different. We all have general programming, right? That is how we all function as a collective. But then it gets to a point where the programming becomes very different. And there's this certain way that most men have been programmed, which is stopping them from actually enjoying life. Like the pride and ego that men has been given, like to just that little pride and ego that they have been given. We all have pride and ego, but there's this particular pride and ego, physical pride and ego that men have. That particular pride and ego is what has been used to, like, manipulate them and control them towards feeling like they need to have before they are respected. And that's why you see a lot of men, they would, do anything to have because they feel like that is the only way they can be respected. Now, women, is being beautiful, having all those things. That is our own programming. Our programming is we need to look attractive, and but that has been used to program us. And now a lot of people feel like, okay, they should work towards their outer beauty rather than their inner beauty. A lot of women has been programmed to believe that the only way they have something to offer to the world, or the only way they can be respected or appreciated, is when they look a certain way. That's our own programming. But then there are other little programming that makes our programming different, but that's the only one I can talk about right now. Now, that particular programming that has been used, I was talking about girls, I'm talking to girls. That particular programming that has been used to program men makes them a little bit dumb, dumber than us. Yes, dumber than the female. If you're a guy and you are actually on a self-awareness journey, you're going to realize what I'm saying is true. So that particular programming has made men dumber than us, because now they are more physical being than us. Even in a sense, we are more spiritual than them, but then they're more about the materials, and that has made them dumber. And that has made them easily manipulated and easily controlled. So if you start to wake up as a girl, you're going to realize that most of these men around you are actually walking around with that particular trauma, that particular program. That's most of them. And these men, most of them don't deserve you. Okay, they don't deserve you opening yourself to them. They have been programmed again. Hey God, because they are programmed. Everybody around you, 85% are followers. That is the statistic or the percentage that has been given. See, Google has it, okay? Google it right now so that you don't see these guys. That amount of people that are followers are sheeps. You know what follows, right? Sheep. So they are being controlled, and they are being controlled towards the wrong things. So you are going to instantly start seeing how you need to stick to yourself, and hopefully you on your journey you get to find somebody that has gotten to that particular state of mind as you have gotten to. Or if it does not happen, there's another life, okay? And it's not a bad thing. You see the way I said it, there's another life. It's not a bad thing. You're learning on your journey, you're learning as you go. So the learning you're learning is already occupying, for me, that's what's happening. Like, it's already occupying my life. So it's not like I'm lonely. It's not like, no, I would want to date, of course. Why won't I want to date? I've dated before. I know how it feels to date. But right now, I know that these men out there are all traumatized. They are all working based off of programming. And these guys do not need me. Now, me consciously going back to such people, saying that, okay, let me just date them, is me going back to the programming. And that does not happen. Once you get to the point where you see things, you can't unsee them. So if I'm saying, okay, let me go and manage, it means that I'm going back to the programming, because now I even see clearer, but then I'm going to tolerate. It's going to be like hell, which is what is happening here on earth. There's heaven, there's hell happening at the same time. It all depends on your state of mind. Where are you on? Are you creating hell, or you're creating heaven for yourself? So you going on a self-love journey is like you're gotten to the point where you want to start creating heaven for yourself. And when you start creating your heaven, when you start to create your heaven, you're not going, there's so many things you will not put in your heaven, right? There are so many things you will not put in your heaven, because this is your heaven. This is your place of rest. This is it. That's what is happening here. This is your place of rest. This is your place of stillness. This is your place of relaxing. So why will you want to take or tolerate something that you do not deserve in your place of rest, in your place of relaxing, in your place of just existing? Why would you want to now put something that you do not deserve? That is you creating hell. That is you telling yourself that, okay, I'm going back to the programming. So that is what happens once you start to go on a spiritual journey. You'll start to see that everybody around you, see, I thought they brought the light. I'll be like, this motherfucker. You start to see it. Okay, so people don't talk about this thing a lot. I don't know why most spiritual people don't say. Okay, I think I've seen a lady talk about this. She said something about, once you start awakening, you're going to realize that you're complete, and you're not going to be looking for anything outside yourself again, because you already know that you're complete. Now, when it comes to relationship, you attract what you feel like you're lacking. When you are like, subconsciously, because you don't know you're doing this now, what you are trying to attract is something you feel like you're lacking, even when you don't know that you're lacking it, or you don't know consciously. That is what you vibrate on, and that is what you're attracting. So what she's trying to say is that once you reach that point of awakening, you vibrate on a vibration where you already know that you're complete. So you're not looking for anything external. So you will not even want to think about relationship, because you feel complete. You're going to be living life like you're complete. So there's no better half somewhere. There's no twin flame. There's no soulmate. And that video really, really like sealed the whole thing for me, because that is where I don't think I am there yet, but I feel like I am. You see that noise? That is where I am heading to. Like I can already perceive it. I can already see it. 2 years down into self-love, I have gone on dates, several dates, you guys. I have gone on several freaking dates. And the more I go on dates, the more I realize that, how was I able to date before? Like, how was I able to be in a relationship? Because what the fuck is happening? Like, I could now see through these people. I could see through these guys. I could see through, like, I could read them like a book. And it's shocking. I wasn't seeing these things before. So like, I don't even mind being like this for the rest of my life, because I've been trying to create other things in my life, and being in a relationship, or sorry, I had to cut something from my hair. Being in a relationship or being in love is not something I'm trying to create right now. Like, there are so many things I'm trying to create in my life right now, just to grow, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just to grow. There are so many things I'm trying to create for myself consistently. And relationship and being in love is not part of my creation right now. Maybe when I get to a certain point, I want to create that. I don't know, like, right now I can see so much that I am beginning to feel that this is for me. Like, this is it. Like, this is it. My sex life dead, because now I know what it means for me to open up, like have sex with somebody that does not vibrate on my vibration. When I mean vibrate, somebody that hasn't gotten to the state of mind where I am. When I open up to that person sexually, I receive what I do not want to receive, and then I stepped down. Like, if I'm vibrating here, it goes down. So associating myself and exchanging energy with somebody that I know is not what I want is going to sink me. So I know this now, and that is it. Like, my sex life is dead. If you're on a spiritual journey, or you are on a self-awareness journey, or self-love, whichever, let me know how it's going for you, because this is what I'm experiencing. Like, this is what I'm experiencing. I've gone on dates. I've gone on dates where I dated somebody until like we kissed, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want this. Like, I don't want this. I've gone on dates where, we had good dates, and then suddenly I'm like, no, because I kept seeing through them. I kept seeing through the trauma. When I mean trauma, programming. When I say trauma, just know that I'm talking about programming. I just kept seeing through it, and I pity for them. And then sometimes I just do not pity for them because it's all part of the programming. Not everybody is meant to wake up. So for the fact that I am awake does not mean that they are any less better than me or I am better than them. You get my gist. So I just pity, and sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe it's not their time to wake up yet and they're going to wake up. But then I tell myself, no, this is not what I want instantly. So my sex life is dead, my relationship life is dead, my dating life is dead. And ladies, my guys, okay, I'm always calling my guys because I really want to talk to the ladies. Ladies, I saw something that talked about how your BJ, your pum pum, is a portal. Okay, that's the portal. That's why it is where we create life from. Now, this particular lady said something about, how you need to protect your portal. How you need to, because that is how energy gets in and out. That is how life is created. That is also a portal to who you are. That is where your soul can be dragged out from. That is where your energy can be sucked out from. Okay, I know it happens the same for the guys, but then ladies, we are more, nurturing, emotional, and soft. We easily fall. Okay, so you need to protect your portal. If you're on a spiritual journey or self-awareness journey or self-love journey, trust me, you need all the energies that you can have. Like, you need it. So if you're feeling like you're on this journey and something is not changing yet, is that you're not protecting your portal. Okay, you need to protect your portal. I can't tell you how to do that, but that particular space needs to be protected. You need all the energies that you can have for this journey. So you need to protect your portal. But for the guys, you can do the same because it works the same way. I've seen videos where they talked about sperm retention. So you can do that. Sperm retention, sperm retention. You can browse about it, read about it. Sperm retention is, you can use that particular energy also for your own self-improvement and your self-growth, which is keeping the sperm, not releasing it. So you see, it works like for every human, there is something. For the female, for the male, there's something for you to use for your self-improvement and for your self-growth. And for you to have the sperm retention, it means that you cannot be in a relationship. You can't do that. So you cannot come. So then you can't go into a relationship. And if you're actually on the journey and you want better for yourself, like you want to use that particular energy that is coming from your PP to create a new reality, you will want to actually keep it. And then once you're keeping it, you're actually going to start seeing that almost every female around you does not want that particular dick. That particular PP. You're going to start realizing that those women, those girls you see, they don't deserve you. They don't deserve what is coming out of you because it is fucking precious. What you have is precious. What you have can change their life. That's what you're carrying in your PP. So once you start to retain the sperm, the energy will actually make you start to see that you are actually worth so much than you have been told that you're worth. Like, you're going to automatically start to see it. So I don't even need to say much. Try returning for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and you're going to see how you start to value yourself. All these things it works both ways. Okay, it works for the women. Protect your pum pum. Mind who you share your pum pum with. Mind who you open that particular space to, because that's where your energy, that's your portal. So once you do it, that energy too is going to make you start seeing that people around you do not want you. They do not deserve, because now you're going to start. A lot of abilities will be opened up, or like you're going to open up a lot of abilities that you didn't know you have, and you're just going to start to see a lot. And you're going to place yourself in, like, if you were here before, you place yourself higher than them. And the more you do that, the more you go, the more the hierarchy, the more, So anyways, that's what I've been experiencing. I have not been able to date, and I have not been able to be even liking somebody anymore. I don't know why, because girl, I said I say it, and they don't deserve. It's not my fault that I found myself in this place. It's not my fault. But then it's going to be my fault if I decide to stay here. Okay, it's going to be my fault if I decide to sink here and be here. So it is in my duty, or it's my responsibility, to elevate myself, to uplift myself, no matter how I want to do it, mentally, emotionally, anyway, spiritually. It is all in my power. Okay, and it is all my responsibility to elevate myself. So I am going to do anything it takes to create the reality that I want. Okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes to place myself on the space where I know that I deserve. Okay, I'm going to place myself. It is all in our power. They don't want us to know this, but it is actually what it is. Like, it cannot be any other thing. This is just it. It's up to you to place yourself where you feel like you deserve. It's up to you to accept what you feel like you deserve. It's up to you to whatever you want to do. Okay, if you feel like you deserve it, honey, you deserve it. That's what the universe will tell you. The universe will be like, oh, they brought the light. I beg, I'll end the video very soon. But the universe will be like, oh yeah, you really deserve it. But if you feel like, oh, I don't deserve it, you'll be like, oh my honey, you don't deserve it. So whatever it is that you feel like you deserve, you do deserve it. Be it guy, be it a girl, be it whatever, transgender, whatever you are. This video is for everybody, but yeah, be it whoever, you actually really deserve it. So anyways, let's end this fucking video, and bye.